حصير ينام عليه الصلاة والسلام أثر في جنبه, a straw mat that he would lay down on عليه الصلاة والسلام. This is his bed. When he sleeps on it, it would leave its marks on the body of the Nabi صلى الله عليه وسلم خير البشر. ووسادة حشوها لي to the end, you wouldn't see anything. Umar رضي الله عنه, one day he came to Nabi صلى الله عليه وسلم and he literally beckoned, cried, قال لم أجد ما يرد عيني. I haven't seen it. There is nothing to see in the house of the Nabi صلى الله عليه وسلم. If you get to his house, nothing يرد عينك. Very humble room. From that room will come the light and the guidelines for humanity. Look at how he deals with his wife, والسلام, with his wife, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and how was his akhlaq. You would be interested if you see any of the Sahaba, or al-Mu'mineen, for example, our mother Aisha. You would be interested to know from somebody who knew the Prophet ﷺ very closely. You would ask him or her, what did you see Nabi ﷺ doing? Like if you see Aisha, what would you ask her? That's exactly what happened from some of the Tabi'een, the generation that came after the Sahaba. They said they did not see the Prophet, but they saw Sayyidah Aisha who has seen the Prophet ﷺ. They asked her the same question on our behalf. How was the Nabi ﷺ inside of his house? Everybody, we know a lot of the hadith. How was he in the masjid? He recites this, he does this. Outside, everybody sees him. So many Sahaba are narrating that. But we don't know much about inside. You know, Aisha. Tell us. قالت many hadith about that. In one hadith, كان بشرا من البشر. She said he was just like any human beings, which means he did not get into his house like a prophet. Do this food, make this food, otherwise you're gonna be in the hellfire. No, he's not, he's just like a human being. If you are a manager, CEO, physician, businessman, whoever you are outside, you get to the house, بشرا من البشر. Umar radiallahu anhu, same thing. He was Umar, the Khalifa, and literally, this is not a joke, this happens. He sneezed one time, and the Hallaq, the barber of him, what happened to him when Umar radiallahu anhu sneezed? He fainted out. He fainted. This is how strong he is. He speaks so strong. But when he gets home, you will see his wife, speaking with him. And sometimes, that's not to say it's good to do, but it's gonna happen. His wife, the wife of Umar, raised her voice over the voice of Umar radiallahu anhu. And guess what? It happened to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In Muslim Imam Ahmad, one day, there was a little dispute, little thing between Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam and Sayyidah Aisha. And they were not able to fix it. Yeah, Aisha, you listen to Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, your husband, there's something going on in there. They had to send to Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu to get him to, mediate or something. He came. As he was coming, before he gets to the house, what did he hear? Give it a guess. A fight. Whose voice was louder? Aisha radiallahu anha in the hadith in Muslim Imam Ahmad. He found her speaking, raising her voice over the voice of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he was shocked. The best friend of the Prophet, the best believer, and he knew what does it mean. I mean, if Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, being Rasulullah, got mad at you, that means you are in trouble. He came and he was in shock, and you can imagine, he's the father of Sayyidah Aisha, and he took it on her. تناولها فتناولها. He was, how could you do that? And you can imagine, he was about to take it physical on her, and Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam حال بينها وبينه. And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam had to step in between both of them. He said, Ya Abu Bakr, ما استدعيناك لذلك. We haven't called you for that. We did not call for you to come for that. And then the situation ended and everything. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu had to leave, and he would come back later on a few minutes later. And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, being so smart in changing the tense situation, you think about it for yourself. Your friend is coming to visit you, somebody's coming to visit you, and at the door he heard your wife shouting at you, yelling at you, and everything. And then he leaves, fine, you would continue. He leaves, what would you do? Think about it. You will never do anything like the Prophet ﷺ. She embarrassed you, and you probably have the right to do something. But she embarrassed the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he is the Prophet. But yet he said, what did he say sallallahu alaihi wasallam? He shifted the situation completely from tense and tension and everything. He said, have you seen how did I, كيف حلت بينكما? How did I stop him from, like, he was about to take a charge on you, and I just stopped him. She smiled, she laughed, they were laughing. That was when Abu Bakr probably he just left for a few seconds and he had to come back again. And then he saw them laughing. He said, أشركان في سلمكما كما أشركتمان في حربكما. Now you have to involve me and share with me your peace like you shared with me your war. So the point is that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam changed the situation, tension and everything, and it could end up in a fight, and they would probably, one of us, would boycott and maybe leave the house for a few days or something, for something like that. Another hadith, Sayyidah Aisha radiallahu anha, you can imagine, في فترات الحيض والنفاس وكذا, at times of periods, you would imagine, or you would know how physically it is hard on women, and also emotionally, all of us know that. So Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam paid so much attention to that. Two situations happen. One of them is in the authentic hadith, one of them is not authentic. The hadith about drinking the water, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, during the fatratul hayd, the menses, she would drink from the cup of water, he would take the same cup and make sure he will put his mouth at the same exact spot that she drank from. Just to give her this romantic touch, if you want. The more authentic hadith, they were eating, they did not have tens of items, or multiple items of food like we have nowadays, just one qas'a, one item, maybe maximum two. And both of them they would share in. So it's the same piece of meat, the Moroccan style if you like, just one dish in there. She will take a bite, and Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam will take a bite from it. And if that happens to us, and we happen to share some food, you probably take a bite from a different spot, right? A fresh spot. But the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam would take it and turn it and do the same thing while she is the one who's narrating the hadith. She knew it, she got the message. She said he would take the piece of meat and he would take a bite from the same exact spot that I bite from. He is giving here that message that it's not because you are now in that situation that you are away from it. No, he also Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in many situations he reads the signals and messages of Aisha radiallahu anha. He says one time, Ya Aisha wallahi, by Allah, in the Sahih, I know when you're happy with me or when you're not. I know from how you speak. When you're happy with me, you say, Bala wa Rabbi Muhammad. When you're not, you say, Bala wa Rabbi Ibrahim. When you're happy with me, when you swear by the Lord of Muhammad. Who is the Lord of Muhammad? Allah Azza wa Jalla. But when you are not, you say, by the Lord of Ibrahim, Prophet Ibrahim. Who is the Lord of Ibrahim? Allah. But قالت يا رسول الله والله ما أهجر إلا اسمك. She means الفقهاء they said تعني أن حبك راسخ في قلبي لا يتزعزع. He means sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, or she means that by Allah ya Rasulullah I forsake none but your name. It's not that I swear by the Lord of Ibrahim that now I hate you or something. No, it's just your name that I forsake. She means that your love is very, deep in my heart. These are little touches in there, but it means a lot. We could go on and on with the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He would, after Salatul Isha, every night, read the ta'liqat or the comments of Ibn Kathir in some ayat. He would not go to sleep before يَتَسَامَرُ مَعَ أَهْلِهِ قَلِيلًا, before he has a little family time. This time is for his family, for his wife. يَتَضَاحَكُ مَعَهُ كَانَ دَائِمًا الْبِشْرِ صلى الله عليه وسلم. He was always smiling, always giving them some time. This is your time. What do we do with our families and our wives nowadays, or our spouses? We probably take each other for granted. No, if we want to be good Muslims, if we want to take Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam as our example, let's do some of these touches and things that he used to do Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. If you want to have successful marital life. جزاكم الله خير وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وآله وسلم.